All right, man, we back. Marcy Sports Talk in the building. All gas, no break. Let's talk about Detroit Piston basketball. We got a lot of things that's changing, and I'm just gonna give my opinion on how I would start to rebuild the Detroit Pistons this year. We talk about free agents that I like. I talk about a little bit about the general manager situation, what I would do if with Dwayne Casey, and what I do with some of the players on the squad. So I do appreciate everybody that will watch live and who will follow and watch the replay. I appreciate the love, support, man. Best way to support the channel is to continue to share the video. If you want to make a donation, please just share the video, and that's the best way to build the YouTube channel is the word of mouth. I don't buy the views. I just do it organically. I just try to hustle however I can hustle. So daily, I try to make sure y'all have some quality content to watch. So I bust my ass with my everyday life to make sure that happens. But don't forget, you can also follow my main channel, Goodfellas Sports TV, for everything sports, music, news, and entertainment. I try to cover a broad of topics and subjects over there. But yeah, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons, man, and pretty much how I would rebuild franchise. And obviously, the big news here is Troy Weaver could be locked into negotiations to be the Detroit Pistons general manager. I have no issue with that. I like Troy Weaver as a candidate. He's been paying his dues for a very, very long time in this league. He started on as an assistant coach on Jim Boeheim's team that won a championship with Carmelo and Hakeem Warwick in uh, up there in Syracuse. Shout out to Syracuse. One of my college roommates was actually, or my dorm neighbor was actually from Syracuse, New York. So shout out to Syracuse. He was on the bench. Then he went to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was there when Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant and James Harden made it to the championship and played the Miami Heat and LeBron James. So he's been there for a very, very long time. Sam Presti is one of the best general managers in the business. Imagine if Sam Presti could have took his talents to a uh, 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 major market and type of the praise that he would get if he was the Lakers general manager or the Warriors general manager or the Knicks general manager. Um, he's an unsung hero, very underrated architect of an NBA franchise. And then he messed around and was supposed to be making the Oklahoma City Thunder rebuild. And he messed around and actually put together a solid team with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who's probably going to be a potential superstar in this league. Chris Paul, Danilo Gallinari, they did a good job this year. Dennis Schroeder. And the Thunder was supposed to be a team that tanked, and they actually been a team that's been contending. I think they sitting at number 6 or 5 in the West right now. And Chris Paul's been 100% healthy, and he's been balling. I think he's in my top 5 or 6 MVP candidates, by the way. But I have no issue with Troy Weaver. If I had to plug in a guy to be the assistant general manager, I mean, it's a lot of different guys you could plug into. I would love to see Chauncey take that position, but Chauncey don't want that position. I would like to see Tayshaun take that position, but maybe he don't want to make a parallel move from Memphis to the same job in Detroit. So I would love to see some of those dudes get the assistant general manager position, but we'll see what happens. It might be one of the cats from Brooklyn that get that position. So if it is, it really makes me no difference. But then we talk about the free agents that some of the Detroit Piston fans would obviously like, and there are some free agents that I like, but I really don't like any of the high caliber free agents. The only guy that I would go out there and spend mega bucks on would probably be Brandon Ingram. That's the only guy I would go out there and spend the bag on. He's restricted, so New Orleans can match any offer for Brandon Ingram that they want to. So from that point on, like other than that, some of these dudes got a player option like Hayward, DeRozan, Porter, Drummond, Davis, which is going to opt out and probably sign a more lucrative deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. Nicholas Batum is probably going to opt in. He trash. Tim Hardaway Jr. is probably going to opt in. Evan Fournier, he might opt in depending on how much his is. Bobby Portis has a club option with the Knicks. Not sure if they're going to keep him in there. So Kelly Olynyk, another guy who got a player option. Tony Snell, he probably going to opt in to Detroit with his player option. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Marvin Bagley has a club option. I think they may opt into that one. But, Ingram is a restricted free agent. De'Aaron Fox has a club option. Rodney Hood has a player option. Jermichael Green, Avery Bradley, Robin Lopez has player options, and Gary Temple and Frank Kaminsky have club options. But when we kind of look at what's being presented in free agency for the Pistons, excuse me, I'm more of the believer of mid market guys with high ceilings, with high potential. And some of the mid market guys I do like to bring in a Jakob Portal, like they said. I like bringing in a Jakob Portal. He won't break the bank. Um, Malik Beasley, I love bringing him in. He's a younger and more affordable option than Kent Bazemore is. Some people might like Kent Bazemore. Tristan Thompson, I'm okay on him. He can go back to Ohio and Cleveland and hang his jersey in the rafters there. But I like bringing in Josh Jackson, a local guy who has some issues. And one of the guys that I do absolutely love is two of them from Sacramento. I love Bojanovic from the Kings. He restricted. They probably going to keep him uh, and move Buddy Hield. And I love Marvin Bagley. He's been dealing with some injuries. So Marvin Bagley, he could be in a situation where Mr. Bagley could be in a situation where they might not exercise a club's option on him, but I believe they will exercise his club option because he's just that much he's just valuable unless his health don't match up. But as far as the guys that I'm attacking, is Josh Jackson, Brandon Ingram, and I'm attacking Malik Beasley are the three guys that I'm looking forward to coming in and balling out. Somebody on Twitter asked me about Montrezl Harrell, and Montrezl Harrell, I think he going back to the Clippers. I don't really care to bring Montrezl Harrell here. I think Harrell is a guy that needs to be on the contender. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he undersized, but he can play. But I just rather go another way. I like Harrell. I think he's perfect for what they do with the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him. I think we should keep Christian Wood, and I'll get there in a minute. But I like Christian Wood and probably bring in Jakob Porter in from the Spurs. And those would be my big guys. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really not even thinking about the guys with club options because De'Aaron Fox, they're gonna pick that option up on him. That's just a given. Some other younger lower tier guys that could help. I always like Alonzo Tier from the Knicks. Thon Maker is a restricted free agent, so I'm not with him. Byron Forbes from the Spurs, he okay. I'm not high on him as other people is, but I love some Dario Saric. I love some Dario. One Pride Nation said, "Hey, this is still Michael. I just switched my channel name." All right, salute to Michael. That's easier to say. First name was long. But I mean, you got a few guys there. Ben Harbor, local guy, Wilson Chandler. Alex Burke is another guy I actually kind of like. I just feel that Burke's never been able to stay healthy, but also when Burke is healthy and he getting minutes, he's very, very productive on the floor. Willie Cauley-Stein wouldn't be a bad option to back up Christian Wood, but I like Jakob Porto because he brings a little bit more size. But Willie Cauley-Stein he probably going to opt back in Dallas. He is more like Christian Wood, athletic, can get up and down the floor and do the dirty work. Harry Giles, I've never been a fan of his. I'm tired of the injury-prone type of players. Noah Vonway, it might be a good player as well too. He got some talent. So, pretty much, those are the guys you're looking at. Maybe you want to bring in Emmanuel Mudiay and think maybe some talent still there. Derrick Jones Jr., I like him as well too. We have a club option on Sivy Malachi. Damian Dotson from the Knicks, I like him as well as I like Alonzo Tier. So, basically, if I'm laying out the plan, you ask me my opinion. First guy that I'm attacking is probably going to be Malik Beasley. I'm gonna get him. And if he can snatch a starting position, I like his game. I think Malik Beasley can be a good two-way player in this league, and I think he can kind of be a diamond in the rough. I just don't think he's been getting consistent minutes. Whether it was in Denver or went to Minnesota, I think he can give you 30, 40 minutes a game. And I think he can give you 18 points a game at his best, rebounds and steals. So Malik Beasley is probably the first guy that I go after, because I know it won't take a lot of money to get him. And I feel that they can get production, the maximum production for the maximum dollar from Beasley. That's the first guy I'm going after, other than if I can't get Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram, I'm attacking him first. Then I'm attacking Malik Beasley. And then I'm going there. I'm looking at Josh Jackson. I'm looking at Dario Saric. I'm looking at Bojan Bojanovic. So those are kind of the guys I'm looking at. If I can't get some of those guys, then I'm looking at an Alec Burke. I'm looking at that type of guy. Um, then I look at a Byron Forbes. I look at some of them dudes that could bring us something a little bit different and from what we already got. But Malik Beasley, I'm definitely plugging him in. Okay, him and Brandon Ingram and Malik Beasley get the calls from me first. Benjamin Foles, salute. Those are dudes that I'm calling on first, and that I'm plugging in and saying, you know what, let's let's party, let's do some good work. So and then the rest of those guys, those are just the guys that I like. Some other guys might like Jabari Parker, who do got a player option. Um, you know, it ain't. I mean, Kelly Olynyk, he got a player option. Some people might like, and Bobby Portis. If they decline his player option, I won't mind bringing Bobby Portis here. He one of those other dudes that he don't get a lot of playing time. You know what I'm saying? Or consistent playing time. But when he get minutes in Chicago, he get minutes in New York. I believe Bobby Portis may be an underrated get because he can play with Christian Woods. He can steal some minutes at the five in this league as well too. So I like that. How you feel about Mo? I'm good on Mo Harkless. No, I'm good. He just don't have no offense. If I am looking for a small forward small forward, power forward type of guy, I'm looking at Derrick Jones Jr. Okay, I mean also you got Derek Favors out here. He might Sergi Pocket is a choice. Marc Gasol, older choice. Hassan Whiteside, Otto Porter, DeMar DeRozan. He got player option. Gordon Hayward. I'm not looking at those guys. We don't need to make a splash with high-priced veteran players. I'm telling you, you need to find these lower tier guys that ain't really been getting consistent minutes on teams. That when they get consistent minutes, they put up good points and rebounds in defense. I believe on how the Pistons are constructed to play. If they get a point guard that can push the tempo, the way they can run with Wood, the way they can run with Diambo, the way see if he can spot up and shoot it. You put a Beasley there, you put a Derrick Jones Jr. That team gonna be very, very exciting. Not saying they're gonna win a lot of games, but that's how I'm rocking. Because if I can add Beasley to my lineup, he can defend, he can score, and I can add, bare minimum. If I got to add a Derrick Jones Jr., he can defend and he can, attack the rim and play around, play above the rim. He could be your version of the junkyard dog. You know what I'm saying? According to, I'm not talking Lions today. No, I'm good on Julius Randle. Nope. He ain't part of my plans. He said Mo going for the low. He only make it. I'm good on Mo Harkless. I'm good. When you need some offense, Mo Harkless he ain't there for you. I'm good on Mo Harkless. I'd rather have Derrick Jones Jr. than Mo Harkless. I mean, it might be some other guys on here that I'd rather have than Mo Harkless, and I'm going up the list. Jordan Clarkson is another guy I explored to come off the bench, but I'm not a Mo Harkless fan. I take Jeremy Grant before I take Mo Harkless. Even though he's trying to get as much money as he can, you can't knock him. Just not a fan of Mo Harkless at all. That's just it. I'll take Rodney Hood before him. I'll take Justin Holiday before him. Mo Harkless can defend though. And one of the dudes I do like for other teams, probably not for this team, is probably Chris Dunn. I like Chris Dunn. Dragan Bender got potential at the stretch five. He got the competition. He got a lot of competition. You talk Dragan Bender? Yeah, he just ain't really done it. I'd rather go for Saric. But Bender, he do got some talent. I wouldn't mind taking a chance if I couldn't get Sarge. I prefer Sarge. I prefer Sarge. He might get a big contract. Who might get a big contract? I'm good on Marcus Morris. He been here, done that. I think he want to be part of a winning team. But like I said, I like some of the younger guys that play well in spot positions. For another team that's looking for a point guard, I think Chris Dunn is going to be a good get. I don't think that's what we're looking for, but I like Chris Dunn as well. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and share the video. I like Chris Dunn. Probably not for our situation, but Chris Dunn is a really, really good point guard in my opinion, bro. I like his game. He added a little bit more of a jumper. He probably gonna be a real threat in these streets. He said I like Benjamin Fosse. I like Jeremy Grant. I don't believe Blake can go 82 games. That's why I want a backup defensive guy. How do you feel about the GM search? I just spoke on that, but yeah, I like Troy Reaver. I'll take him. But yeah, let's kind of switch. Or we talked about the free agents. let's kind of switch lanes to talk about the current personnel with my imaginary, or how can we say it, mock rebuild of the Pistons this year. And we talked about the free agents that I like. I said basically Brandon Ingram is a guy. That's the only guy I think realistically that I spend a lot of money on. I'm not a Fred VanVleet type of guy. I look at Ingram. If I miss for Ingram, then I'm looking again Beasley. I'm looking at Bojanovic. I'm looking at the Grants of the world. I'm looking at Derrick Jones Jr. I'm looking at Jakob Porto. I'm looking at guys like that and other guys that I mentioned I just forgot. But somebody said Blake Griffin. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that CBA get done, if they can amnesty Blake Griffin, I amnesty Blake Griffin. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Chris Dunn is a bust. Chris Dunn just ain't getting no minutes. You competing over there with Travansky. You competing over there with Kobe White, and it's another guy they got over there that's playing guard, I believe. Zach LaVine, basically a point shooting guard for the most part. Chris Dunn definitely not a bust. He just don't get the opportunities over there. When he do get the opportunities, he play well. You know what I'm saying? He another dude like Dennis Smith Jr. and not Emmanuel Mudiay, but Emmanuel Mudiay may still have some potential. But Chris Dunn and Dennis Smith Jr. kind of at the same point of their career. You know what I'm saying? They dealt with some injuries and this, that, and the third. But I feel in the right situation, Chris Dunn and Dennis Smith Jr. can be good in the right situation. That's just my opinion on it. Some people may disagree with me, but I still see the talent. You know what I'm saying? But you kind of go on like if I can amnesty Blake Griffin, I would. You know what I'm saying? But it really don't. To me, it really don't matter. Because you're not looking to get all this cap space and spending it this year. You know, but if the new CBA allows it, I amnesty Blake. I let Blake go tag team at the end of a championship team, and I allow him to go chase the title, and I pay him up front, and it don't count against the salary cap, and you have $70-some million in free agency. You could build the team in the mode that you want to build it in, but I think slow and steady win the race. You got to understand when you're rebuilding, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I'm saying? It's not like baseball where you get some farm guys to develop, or you get some free agents, throw them together, you automatically win a Super Bowl. It's not like that. But with Blake, if I can't amnesty him, then I play him 25, 30 minutes a night like you do Derrick Rose, you know, and I let the offense kind of go through him some nights. And if we draft the point guard, which I get there, then I'll let the point guard and him and Blake share, ball handling responsibilities. And as we get through the season, if my young point guard is healthy and he's showing, promise as far as, developing, then I'll just take the ball away from Blake and I'll let my young point guard go. But Blake Griffin, if I can amnesty him, I amnesty him and I just move on. Next year ain't about winning basketball games. Next year is about developing young talent, learning how to win and all that type of stuff. So when you talk about Blake Griffin, if I can amnesty him, I can amnesty him. People talking about trading to Orlando, doing this, that, and the third. The only way you're gonna be able to trade Blake Griffin, all right? Only way you be able to trade Blake Griffin is Blake Griffin have a tremendous first half of the year next year before the trade deadline. You know what I'm saying? Or you trade Blake Griffin in last year's contract because it's an expiring contract and you get it off. But the Pistons haven't been good at getting off expiring contracts lately. They finally got done with Josh Smith contract. They couldn't trade Reggie Jackson expiring contract. They bought him out. Andre Drummond, they couldn't really get nothing for him, and his contract was expiring unless he opts back in, which it sounds like he's going to opt back in Cleveland. And I don't imagine they're going to get rid of Blake Griffin contract and get something for it. So if you can amnesty Blake with this new CBA, I amnesty him. I let him tag team on the Lakers, tag team on Denver, or whoever he want to play to go chase the championship, maybe Brooklyn. And basically, if you don't understand what amnesty means that you will pay him his salary, but it won't count against the cap. So when he gone, his $35-36 million become free cap space. So you have $40 million. So right then you would have pretty much $76 million in cap space. That'd be an excellent strategy if you're able to pry Brandon Ingram away from New Orleans. If you can pry Brandon Ingram away from New Orleans, and you can also amnesty Blake Griffin, and you can put Ingram there, and Ingram max probably gonna be what, $20 million a year, $25 million a year for his age. Shit, you still playing with a lot of money for the future. So, but for me, if I can amnesty Blake, I will. If not, I pay him 20, 30 minutes a night, just like I do Derrick Rose. And then you look at, would you bring Thon Maker back? I wouldn't. But let me get to some of these questions. Um, uh, we all know Brandon Ingram. He may not stay. Brandon Ingram may not stay. You underestimate New Orleans. They franchise owner is cheap, so they may not be able to afford Brandon Ingram. And plus, when when Zion came back last year, Ingram numbers kind of fell back down to earth. So remember, they got to play Lonzo pretty soon. They got to play Ingram. You still got Holiday still there, and then Zion gonna eventually got to get paid. So I'm not sure they know they gonna match any offer for Ingram. They may not. JaVale McGee, no, I'm good. Kyle Lowry, yeah, he weak. Van Vliet will be Reggie Jackson 2.0. I don't know about if he'd be that bad, but I ain't with him. Van Vliet is not a starter in our system. I agree. Chris Dunn was starting in Minnesota his first year and didn't do much. Hey man, just because you don't have a good start don't mean you can't be a good player. Look at Lonzo. Lonzo didn't have a great start in LA, but look, he when he got his knee healthy, he good. Brandon Ingram didn't have a good start in LA. He was an all-star this year. So at the end of the day, Karl Anthony Towns putting up numbers, but he losing. Sometimes you can be a product of your environment messing you up. You feel what I'm saying? Blake is a championship or bust. Exactly. I agree with that. Benjamin Ford, Barry Spin said, "My hope is Blake can't light it up. Can light it up. Excuse me, in limited minutes. Maybe we can move him. I mean, you can amnesty him if this new CBA allow you to. So if this new CBA go through and they allow another amnesty like they did with the last CBA, it is what it is." He said, "I know, but he was a top 5 pick." He said, "Yo, look at Cade Cunningham. We will probably be back in the lottery next year. He's 6'7" point guard. Any chance he opts out of his 30? Hell no. Who? Blake, he ain't opting out no 40 million because he ain't getting that nowhere else. He might just do it and get out of Detroit. No, nobody giving up $40 million. He'd never make that money again." He said, "How you feel about One Pride Nation about this offseason they take on a bad contract, have 1 year left, and get a first round? Only way I take on a bad contract if I'm the Pistons if I get it back into the top 5. You know what I'm saying? And I get there. I kind of talk about what I would do. Continue on. How they will go. They can sign Ingram and go over cap to do it. You underestimate. New Orleans don't bring in no money. That's what you underestimate. New Orleans don't bring in no money, none at all, none at all. New Orleans don't bring in no money, so they might let that dude walk. Monty Bates going straight to the league. When he come out, they gonna be able to go right back to the league again. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue on. Now we got Luke Kennard here. All right, we got Luke Kennard. I'm not a fan of keeping Luke Kennard. I think Luke Kennard has I believe Luke Kennard has passed here. I would trade Luke Kennard. Tony Snell gonna opt back in, so I'll get to Luke Kennard in a second. But also with Christian Wood is another guy that we need to talk about. Um, I'm bringing him back. Long as his numbers don't creep too far above $14 million a year, I'll bring Christian Wood back. Talent too good, especially if his character check off in the locker room. If his character is good in the locker room, um, I'm bringing Christian Wood back, straight up and down. If you don't bring Christian Wood back, then you better draft James Wiseman, straight up and down. So I'm bringing Christian Wood back. But somebody just asked me about should we take on a big contract? The only way I take on a big contract if I trade with a team like Golden State and they in the top 5 too, and I take on Draymond contract and I give him back Luke Kennard, you know, I give them back Luke Kennard or something like that. Whatever else they wanted, they'll move back into the top 5. So if I wanted to get LaMelo, Cole Anthony, or the kid out of Iowa State, or if I wanted to get Wiseman and pair Wiseman with a point guard, or pair Obi with a point guard, then that's the only way I'm taking on another massive contract is straight up and down if I can get back into the top 5 this year. So I would probably use Luke Kennard to trade him to Golden State to take on Draymond contract. If I got to give up future draft compensation, I make sure that's protected, and I try to get their top 5 pick. If I got to give up, um, Tony Snell, if I got to give up Bruce Brown, or if I got to give up, if we bring back Langston Galloway, which I wouldn't mind bringing back Langston Galloway, I give up those guys. If I got to give up Derrick Rose, I give up Derrick Rose because he gonna get out of here next year anyway. He talking about wanting to go back to Chicago. So if I have to, whatever I have to do to give up, long as it ain't Wood, Malachi, my current draft pick, some of the untouchable guys, Diambo. Then I trade back. I trade with Golden State to get back in the top 5. I try to get 2 top 5 picks. I take on Draymond contract, and I give up Luke and I give up whoever else I got to give up outside of the untouchable guys. That's the only way I'm taking on another contract, unless it's a player that's like Brandon Ingram. That's it, straight up and down. If I can get back in the top 5 this year, no broken promises. You trade up with another top 5 team, and next year they turn it around, and you got to end of the lottery pick or a pick outside the lottery. I'm not doing it. I know Golden State, they need cap relief. They brought Wiggins in, they brought Draymond in. And when I heard Giannis is favored to go back to Milwaukee, if they can't get Giannis, you know what I'm saying, then they stuck with a whole bunch of players that maybe not gonna fit. Draymond has been stirring up trouble with Kevin Durant. He started up some trouble with Aisha Curry the other day. So they probably looking to get rid of Draymond and seeing last year that was a bad investment. I'm willing to absorb that Draymond Green contract, even if Blake Griffin's still here. If I can get into the top 5 again, that's to accelerate the process. Because now, when you look at how I'm kind of moving, I got Diambo, which I think is a good player I can build with. I got Malachi, who's a good glue guy. He shoot the ball. I got Wood, who I'm gonna bring back. I think he can grow into at least a solid starter in his league. You know what I'm saying? I say I bring in another big guy like Yaka Porter or Sarge or somebody of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I can bring in Draymond, then cool. I'll bring in Draymond straight up and down. I play Draymond and Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin only got a couple years left here. If I can't amnesty Blake, but in this scenario, I'm imagining me amnestying Blake Griffin. So Draymond can play the 3, the 4s type guy. I had Wood, I had Diambo. Diambo could play the 3. If I can trade and get 2 more guys, you know what I'm saying? Then I do it. I'll say I get Obi. You know what I'm saying? I'll draft Obi. You know what I'm saying? Then I draft LaMelo. And now you got a young team. You got a veteran in Draymond who can help, get these dudes together, show them what it is to be a championship pedigree, have championship pedigree, groom them. And Draymond brings the defensive attitude that Blake Griffin don't bring. Not saying he the player Blake Griffin is, but he brings the attitude. Now you one step closer to building your team together. You know what I'm saying? So now you took 1 draft, you got 2 lottery picks, and then you got these young guys. Now, don't expect these young guys to go out there and win 56, 40 games. There's going to be a process. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a marination process. You know what I'm saying? Marvin, salute, 4GA22. So from that aspect, that's kind of where we at right now. So that's kind of how I'm rocking with the whole situation. Make sure I hit the thumbs up button and share the video, please. Appreciate that. Let's get back to the comment section. He said, CJ, it was great when you said you can throw a dose of Dion out there yesterday in the video. Shit, you could throw any of us out there. Shit. We could have, man. Shit. We could have scored on the Lions, man. Shout out to Dose, man. He do a great job. Zion there, he will get ass in those seats. I mean, but still, they still don't rake in no fucking money. Saint the Lakers, that's a cheap ass franchise. You can go straight to the G League now. Top 5 prospect. Now, by the time Imani Bates come out, he could be able to go straight to the league, bro. Mark my words. I like Dre only gonna have like 65 left out of his contract, leader and champ. I think it's a good fit. As long as he can keep his hands out of trouble, kind of when you come to your surrounding area, hometown area. Something to consider is revisiting the Luke Kennard deal to the Suns, who can be a top 10 pick dependent. They ain't gonna do it. If I can throw in Luke Kennard to get an extra lottery pick with the Warriors and take on the Draymond Green contract, I use Luke Kennard for that. But it is Barry, that is worth revisiting if we can't get there. But I don't think they're gonna do that. Hasn't even started yet. Hold on. He said before the season, Draymond signed a 4-year extension. Shit, $25 million ain't bad per year. That's what they was paying Andre Drummond. Christian Wood got superstar potential. Yeah, I agree if you work hard. What's up with Marvin Bagley? Oh, he's talking about Marvin in here. I missed the beginning. He's saying Blake to Golden State. No, hell no. Blake Griffin ain't gonna take on Golden State contract. I mean, Golden State not gonna take on Blake Griffin contract. They playing Andrew Wiggins, his version of the max. They playing Draymond 25 million per year. They playing Steph pretty good. They playing Klay Thompson pretty good. So they paying these dudes pretty good. Hell no, they not taking on Blake Griffin contract. We would have to absorb Draymond 25 million a year, straight up and down. We have to absorb that. We will get their lottery pick this year, and we will kind of get them back what they wanted. Maybe Derek, maybe Bruce, maybe Luke Kennard. The only guys that I wouldn't put in the deal is Wood, Diambo, and Malachi. You know what I'm saying? The Thon Maker is going to be a free agent. You know what I'm saying? So, no, they're not going to take on Blake contract at all. Yeah, the Clippers did finesse us. So, we at that point, at one point I missed as well, I would fire Dwayne Casey. I would try to bring in a younger coach. Like I said, I've been a huge promoter of Ime Udoka, former San Antonio Spurs player, assistant coach to Greg Popovich. I bring in Ime Udoka to grow with a young team. So I would get rid of Dwayne Casey. I just don't like him as a coach, straight up and down. I see why that Toronto got rid of him. He was a burden to them, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I would do that. But kind of getting to the draft, let's kind of talk some draft talk, okay? I'm gonna do some draft spotlights coming up. I'm just trying to figure out which way the NBA is going to do their season. So this kind of really, really premature draft talk. But right now, if we in the top five, I'm pretty much looking at either Obi Toppins or a guard. You know what I'm saying? If we keep Christian Wood, if we don't keep Christian Wood, then we in a totally different type of place. Real talk. We in a totally different type of place if we don't keep Christian Wood. But I'm looking at one of those guards, and I'm hearing that, and I haven't looked his game up. I'm hearing that a lot of teams like that kid out of Iowa State. And if he check out, Iowa State is producing really good players. A lot of players that get in trouble end up going to Iowa State from JUCO or something of that nature. But I like Obi. If you can get in the top five, I mean, you can end up, let's just say, in this CBS, LaMelo, Obi, Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, all are the top four players going, right? Now, they have us taking Onik or Okongwa, a center out of Southern Cal, out of USC. I don't know much about him. All right. He averaged 16 points a game, and I don't think a center is where we need to go, straight up and down. We don't need to go center. We got Christian Wood. So you looking at everybody that come after him. You got this Israel prospect that's flying up the board, Denny Adavija. You know what I'm saying? He was the former most valuable player of the FIBA under 20 European guy. So he another guy that y'all would take a look at. But then again, you got guys like Killian Hayes. You got his name is Tyrese Hill-Burton from Iowa State, a 6'5" point guard, a sophomore. You know what I'm saying? And he shoot a good almost 42% from the 3-point line. You look at Cole Anthony as well too. He's 6'3", 190. He had some knee surgery issues. He don't shoot the ball as good as he do. But really, I'm in the point guard situation. You know what I'm saying? You got another kid from Kentucky, Tyrese Maxey. He kind of one of those combination guys at 6'3". You know what I'm saying? So it's guard heavy all over the board. I mean, you can go down and get Kyra Lewis Jr., a sophomore out of Alabama at point guard, who seemed to have some really good numbers as well too. So I'm in a position where, depending on how these workouts go, the Pistons have been really, really hurting when they don't have a point guard. You know what I'm saying? They've really been hurting. So when we've been good, we had really good floor generals. Man, it was be drafting Isaiah. Grant Hill was really a point forward, point guard, and then Chauncey Billups was one of our leaders as well at the point guard position. So, like I said, I like what I've seen from Killian Hayes. I like what I've seen from Cole Anthony and some, when he was in high school before he got injured at Kentucky. And I'm like what I'm hearing about the kid out of Iowa State from Tyrese Hill-Burton. So I'm more of I need a point guard. And if I believe in these point guards and they going away, the trend of the league is, I can give me a 6'5" point guard, Tyrese Hill-Burton, and he can shoot it and he can facilitate. I'm all for him. I'm all for that. I'm getting the point guard to go with Wood. to go with Diambo, and to get up and down the floor. So that's how I'm rocking. I'm giving me a point guard. So if I see somebody else I like, Obi drop, I understand drafting Obi. If you don't bring back Christian Wood, I understand taking this kid out of USC, or taking, James Wiseman if you don't bring back Christian Wood. But the Pistons are good and they winning championships and they contenders when they have a point guard and a floor general, straight up and down. So we got to get a floor general. If we don't get a floor general, then we ain't gonna be good. And what the issue with that was with Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond really never played with a good point guard, and for a stretch, he played with Brandon Jennings, and I think he really meshed well with Brandon Jennings, and Jennings really set him up before he blew his Achilles out, or was it his knee? So we need a point guard to really make this thing work. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I would probably sign Malik Beasley. I'll probably bring in a Hillburton, or I'll bring in LaMelo if I can, or Cole Anthony, or Killian Hayes. And then we just be running and gunning. You know what I'm saying? Pushing the pace and being excited. Diambo gonna come back stronger and better next year. Wood can get up and down the floor. We just gonna be like when Isaiah Thomas and Kelly Tribuka was out there. We just gonna be running and gunning and putting up a lot of points. We probably be losing a lot of basketball games, but the one thing, or my vision you looking at, is you got Wood that's gonna be a better defender. Diambo gonna become a better defender. Malik Beasley can defend really, really well. You know what I'm saying? If you bring in Draymond, he can defend pretty well. So, you got some really good dudes that can defend. I just don't like the head coach that's in place right now. So that's just my opinion on there. He said Knicks throwing the boat to Wood, and I'm gonna speak on the Knicks. So hold on, I'm gonna go up. I heard the Knicks gonna throw the boat at Wood. I mean, right now, man, people dropping dead from the coronavirus. Do you want to go play in New York even without fans? That's a risk. New York might have to move their franchise out of the Knicks, and Brooklyn might have to move their franchise because things ain't going good this year. He says, yeah, Hilburn his name, whatever I pronounce it. You know, he said if the Pistons, Marvin said the Pistons are on the clock in New York, have the next pick with both Ball and Kelly and Hayes on the board. Would you trade the pick to New York to take Ball for the next? Would you trade? Excuse me. He said, would you trade the pick to New York to take Ball in the next pick and Kevin Knox? I would. I mean, it depends. It depends on your evaluation. It depends on your evaluation. If you think it's a huge gap, the size of the Atlantic Ocean between LaMelo and the next guy, you know what I'm saying? Or is it a huge financial gap as far as if LaMelo come here, we're gonna get national televised games syndicated across the world, and that's what you want to put the Pistons on the map, and you feel that LaMelo gonna put asses in the seats, you take them. But if you feel that, yay, man, LaMelo, we got him rated at 99 on the board, or 98, 94, and we got the kid Tyrese Halliburton, whatever his name is, and he right up under him, or you got Tyrese rated higher or just the same as LaMelo Ball. It depends on the gap between the next guy. You know, if it's a huge gap between LaMelo and the next guy, no, I don't do it. I don't do it. Now, if they throw in a future first round pick, then maybe I'll think about it. But if you believe in LaMelo Ball, he's clear cut the best guy on the board, you take him. Because financially, it's going to be a lot of pageantry and money that's going to come with him. His jersey going to sell off the rack. And what you're looking at is with LaMelo is if he improve his jump shot, you're looking at somebody that's the new wave of point guard. You had the Derrick Rose, the Westbrook, freakish athletic point guards. Now you're looking at these Luka Doncic, Trey Young type of flamboyant and jacking up shot type of point guard, and that's kind of what he is. But for me personally, I had to do more research on these guys before I give you an answer. But if there is a sizable gap between LaMelo and the next prospect, I don't do it. They would have to sit there and potentially, especially if they took Christian Wood and they paid Christian Wood all that money and they stole him, I would want Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox back, and I would want Mitchell Robinson with them. Straight up and down. If they stole Christian Woods and we hadn't bidding war and they took him, I wouldn't make no deal with them unless Mitchell Robinson, Dennis Smith Jr., and Kevin Knox was in the deal. He said, I don't give a fuck. What we need. If Anthony Edwards on the board, I take him. Um, he got a nice game. He got a nice game. You know what I'm saying? But I'm straight. I'm taking Obi. I'm taking LaMelo, and I'm taking them guards over him. I could be wrong. He's strong to the cup. He athletic. You know what I'm saying? But I'm straight. I'm taking Ball Toppins. I'm taking a guard. I'm not taking Rodney Stuckey on steroids. Not saying he ain't gonna be good. He looked pretty good, but I'm straight. I think they gonna blackball us and LaMelo. I mean, who's us and LaMelo end up in Cleveland? Probably will. They're probably gonna whiteball us. You know how it is. We're gonna end up with the 10th pick in the lottery. Watch. Oh, the Pistons have the 14th pick in the lottery. They always do us like that, man. Real talk. Definitely need a point guard, but what about trading for Kevin Porter Jr.? Man, fuck that. We should have took him when we had a chance. Shout out to Bronze Malone. Ain't no trading for him. They should have took him when they could. He said Cleveland won't hesitate. Man, Melo gonna be miserable in Cleveland. I believe Christian Wood is fully recovered from. Yeah, he is fully recovered. We had Kevin Porter Jr. We did, bro. And I ain't fuck it, man. They don't want him. He had a good, solid rookie season too. We all realize that we have 5 power forwards and 5 shooting guards on the current roster. Who? Because you got a lot of interchangeable guys. Young Elder in the super chat. Sleeper in this draft is Denny from Israel. I know the dude from Israel. Devin Vasala, Aaron Naismith, and Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, Tyrese Maxey from I gotta look at those guys. Shout out to Young Elder in the super chat. Yeah, I heard Tyrese Maxey pretty good. I seen him a little bit. And the dude from Israel getting a lot of praise too. So if they're the most talented guys there, take them. We want to be the motherfucking international team with Diambo and the kid from Israel. As long as he can play, I don't give a shit what color you is. You can help us win a championship. But I think we do need a point guard. But once again, I can't be a hypocrite. We got to sit here and take the best player on the board, man. We can't sit here and take need and be looking back at years later and say we took Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker. You feel what I'm saying? Caldwell Pope over Giannis. We got to draft for talent. I want that French point guard, Frank Ntilikina, as well. He all right. I'd rather have Dennis Smith Jr. Blake gonna have to be moved if we get Melo or Edwards. He don't like ball dominant. It ain't about he ain't going you looking at Blake Griffin as still being Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is just here to be here until he's done playing. We not playing to win and we not playing to make Blake Griffin happy. It don't matter what Blake Griffin wants. Blake Griffin don't have no seniority, bro. He old ran down player, bro. He probably gonna get amnesty. RJ Hampton, I've seen a little bit of him. I gotta do more homework on him. He was over there in Australia with LaMelo. So, but me personally, I'm looking at a point guard. But yeah, that kid from Israel, I heard he a baller. RJ, he on this mock draft, he is boop 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 boop. He goes number boop 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 boop. Hold on. He goes number 12 to New Orleans. They got him to rank the 24 prospect 24, position rank 6. So I don't know what the hell that means. But yeah, let Blake and D Rose go. It's time. I would want to keep one of them. Frederick Jackson, salute. Make sure I thumbs up the video and share the video. I would want to keep one of them. Preferably Derrick Rose. Because if you bring in a young point guard, Derrick Rose can help groom the young point guard. You still need those veterans on the team now. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Rose can help groom them. You still need them veterans. RJ Hampton was a top 5 pick before he went overseas. Damn, he slid that bad? Melo went over there and Rose. Theo, nice as hell from French. He is French. Will help Diambo. You talking about the point guard? I see him on the board. They got him going later. Hold on. They got Tyrese Maxey going hella late. The 15th pick. That French guy, hold on. Yeah, Theo. They got him going at 17. You possibly can move back into the draft and get him. They said Theo Meldon is a skilled athlete who was previously became the youngest LNB All-Star in history. He missed time with an injury while playing professionally in France this past season. It was most underwhelmingly, although in fairness, he played better as things progressed. But the talent that made him an interesting prospect at a young age still exists and is attractive to NBA executives selecting in his range. So this range, so it's point guards all over the building. Got a sophomore out of Alabama that's gonna go at 20. They saying you got Trey Jones from Duke. They got him going to 22. Uh, you got Nico Mannion from Arizona, the white boy that look like Chase Budinger. They got him going at 23. You got just point guards all over the board, man. This shit is crazy. I ain't really never seen a point guard this tough. For you Michigan State Sparty fans, they got Cassius Winston going number 29. So they got him in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So you got point guards from the lottery all the way down. He said Nico a beast though. Yeah, he can remind me of Chase Budinger. Hold on. Bro, Blake won't be cut out. Hold on. Blake won't be out here messing with these young bucks. He will help. You can't have a bunch of young kids look at the. Yeah, I agree. So you gotta keep Blake or Derek. Power force. He said Blake, Marvin, Blake, Wood, Diambo. Dunn is a free agent. Henson not coming back. So you can cut Dunn and Henson. They ain't coming back. Shooting guard, Civi, Bruce, Kennard. I think he's gonna be moved. Galloway is a free agent. Kyrie Thomas and Knight probably not gonna be back, especially Brandon Knight. So you got out of the guys that you saying, Don may not come back, Henson not coming back, Galloway might not come back, and Knight definitely not fucking coming back unless they get him for the low. So you got half of them dudes probably gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? Half them dudes probably gonna be out of there. And Christian Wood can play a center. He not a power forward. He can play a center. Blake Griffin can play the 2. He can play the 3. Diambo is a 3. He's not a power forward. He can play a little 4, but he's a 3. Thon Maker can play the 4 to 5. So at the end of the day, Bruce Brown is a point guard. He is not a shooting guard. So you kind of got your shit mixed up a little bit there. Some of them dudes not going to come back. He said, the Isaac dude from USC, I can't pronounce his last name. I'm not even going to disrespect him. Okorowawa is building some steam from beginning of the year. Yeah, I see that. That's what they got us picking in the CBS mock draft right now. That means Christian Wood would be gone. In the first round, we need to draft Kirk Cousins. Oh, man. Fuck out of here. Nico, no. Somebody don't like. He said since the draft not till October 15th, the Pistons have time thoroughly to scout the players in this draft, so there's no excuses to make the right pick. Yeah, they've been interviewing them via Zoom. 4GA say Cressy Wilson was the Vince Carter of high school basketball. I ain't really follow basketball like high school basketball like that no more. Maybe I should get out there and kind of follow a little bit more. Usually I be working and shit on Fridays whenever they had a game. Cheesehead Talk, what a good fella. I'm finna rewind and start from the beginning. Salute Cheesehead Talk. And salute Elder for the super chat. I say we bring Brandon Knight back. He played well. Man, fuck that dude. Get the hell up out of here. Can't stand that dude. I ain't like that dude at Kentucky. Cassius was projected to go to the Pelicans. Right now they got him going, what did I say, 29th? Yeah, they got him 29th going to the Lakers. Trade for Oladipo, and if we can't get LaMelo, I think Oladipo will be another risk. He got that knee injury, bro, or that whatever he got going on, that leg injury. I don't know. I like Oladipo, but I wouldn't trade for him. Like I said, if it ain't nobody like Kuzma, Ingram, one of them young guys, a Bagley or somebody like that, I really don't want no older veteran guys. Bruce Brown, a triple-double threat. Yeah, when he playing point guard, Dwayne Casey can figure that out. He said Wood can't guard a center. Why not? He did a good job on Rudy Gobert, and he did a good job on Joel Embiid. What you talking? Ain't no more centers in the league. Look, man, ain't no centers in the league. You know, you got in this division, you got Wendell Carter. He lighting the ass. He can't stay healthy. You got a Miles Turner gonna get traded. He might go to Golden State. So Miles Turner gonna get traded. So you got Sabonis. He really a 4. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Andre Drummond. Ain't nobody worried about no fucking Andre Drummond. Then you got Joel Embiid, and pretty much that's it. Because Marc Gasol moving on from Toronto. You know, Brook Lopez is just, you know, he's just a fake starter for for Bucks. You know what I'm saying? So who else you got? Boston don't have a center. So how many real centers is it? You got Karl Anthony Towns, you got Nurkic, you got Jokic. There ain't too many real centers out there to guard. And then they can't play no defense. The best defensive center is Rudy Gobert and probably Joel Embiid. They the best two-way centers to be played. But other than them, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, he can't guard the center. He held his own versus Rudy Gobert. Ain't no more fucking centers out there no more. You got crazy. Can the Pistons handle LaMelo? Why wouldn't they be? Man, I'd be glad when you're right, because Dwayne Casey just a fucking cornball, bro. He was imagine him airing out LaMelo like he was airing out Diambo last year. Man, LeVar probably gonna come in there and bite him with them woodchuck with a woodchuck could chuck teeth ass motherfucker, man. Martin Mayhew should have been a candidate. Oh, stop it, bro. Daniel Diaz, stop it. Wood play Wood. I know he just talking shit, man. He's not best suited that power forward, bro. He can play. Ain't no more centers. Name me a center that you concerned about Wood guarding. Because Andre Drummond couldn't guard none of them. Andre Drummond, excuse me, couldn't guard none of them. He did. He even did better versus Joel Embiid than Andre Drummond ever did. Excuse me. Real talk. Porzingis is more of a four than he more of a four than anything too, but he just played a five. Porzingis really a four, so he another four getting by playing the five. Anthony Davis is really people they say he a four, but he really a five. He just skinny. You know what I'm saying? So before we get there with that, Christian Wood is well equipped to play the five in this league. Now, if you said we going back to Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Alonzo Mourning, um, you know, Bill Walton, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, you know what I'm saying, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type year, I agree. This league is totally different at the center position. Imam Mahimi had his way with Dre. Haha, same with Thompson. Oh, I remember that day. I started Thompson on FanDuel. Man, Thompson, he slapped. He was just dogging Andre Drummond like a little snitch. Just dogging him. Will Siego end up being a three? He's a three. He's a three, bro. He can play some four. Diambo is a three. He's a three. A four in today's league is a. It's just really hard to say what's a four. Because even Zion is kind of a 4-3. This is a positionless league. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of tweener dudes. How many pure point guards you got in the league? If y'all got some questions, I'll answer them before I get off. So make sure you shoot your questions now. Piston related only. How many pure point guards you got in the league? You got Chris Paul, Rajon Rondo. Damian Lillard is really pretty much a combo guard. Russell Wilson, man, I need a nap. Russell Westbrook is really a combo guard. Steph Curry really a combo guard. James Harden is basically portraying to be a point guard, but he really a combo guard at this point with Mike D'Antoni. So how many truly ones you got? Drew Holiday is a combo guard. You probably got Lonzo, Chris Paul, Rajon Rondo, Ricky Rubio is another one. But how many legit true point guards you got? DeAndre Russell is a combo guard. If anything, you got more legitimate tools than anything in this league. Your Karis LeVerts, you know, your Klay Thompson. The two guard position ain't changed. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple combo guards that's like Joe Dumars or, you know, like Chris CJ McCollum or something like that. But truly, you got probably more true two guards walking around than you got small forwards. Then you got pockets. Most of your small forwards can be fours and threes. Look at Kevin Durant. He can play 4, 3, or 5. LeBron, he can play any position. Let them tell it. LeBron can play 4, 3, 5, 1, or 2. You know, you can name some other small forwards out there. Who else you got out there? Victor Oladipo is a combo guard. You know what I'm saying? So the one position that hasn't changed with the evolution of basketball is the two guard position. Everything else has changed. You got a lot of shooting guards trying to play point guard. TJ McConnell. I like TJ McConnell. He didn't want me some bread on FanDuel. I ain't got shit to say about that bad about that white guy. Malcolm Brogdon is a combination guard. You know, and that's just the truth. This is a positionless league. It's a fluid position league, bro. That is what the NBA is. It is a fluid position league. You know, people said Drummond would be better in the '90s. They didn't see the '90s ball. I think they probably said his game was more suited for the '90s. You put him with Mark Jackson, they probably get the most out of him. You put him with Jordan, Drummond to probably be Dennis Rodman-esque. Jordan had that nigga working on free throws, blocking shots, all types of stuff. Trade Derrick Rose for Kyle Kuzma because Derrick Rose is going to leave. They ain't gonna trade Kuzma. I think Kuzma untradeable, even though the coach don't like him. If y'all got any more Piston related questions, let's get them in. But we'll see, man. That's just what I would do. You know, you missed it. Listen from the beginning. I'll give a quick overview. How does you feel about Drummond's podcast? I haven't heard it, man. Hey, send it to me, bro. Send it to me. I'll listen. I don't have no ill will towards Drummond. Drummond came to the hood to Myers and gave people money and bought their stuff, bro. I got nothing bad. This ain't personal about this. It's nothing personal. My whole situation is it's just basketball. So you think Wood can guard these centers? Bam, Bam is another dude that's a 4 or 5. He ain't really a 4. He really ain't a 5 neither. Yes, Vujovic. Yes, you know he ain't. Vujovic is good, but he ain't playing no defense. McGee, come on, he self check. Embiid, he already held his own versus Embiid. Towns, he self check. He give up 30. You get 30, he give up 30. Brook Lopez, he's a joke. Gasol, he getting ready to go. Ibaka, ain't nobody scared of him. Aiden can't even guard his Schuster, can't even guard his shadow. Dwight Howard, Whiteside can't even play 30 minutes a night. Not worried about none of them, bro. He held his own versus Gobert. He did better than Andre Drummond ever did in his 30,000 encounters with Joel Embiid. Why can't he? All you got to do is get a little bit of weight on him. Look at him. Look at the picture on the screen. He's taking Steven Adams to the bucket. Stop it. They can't, all them guards you name, all them centers you name, they ain't sustainable. Only one I respect on that list as a two-way player is Bam and Joel Embiid. You look at Brook Lopez, no offense. He can go out there and shoot a 3 every now and again. He ain't consistent offense. You look at Ibaka. Come on, man, nigga want to shoot threes like he think he the Steph Curry of power forwards and small and centers. He ain't no true center neither. DeAndre Ayton can't even guard. He can't even guard Sarge on his own team. Dwight Howard ain't never been healthy in a long time. And Whiteside, come on, man, he can't even get up and down the court on a night-to-night basis. Please. I ain't see who you see the Joker at. Oh, the Joker, yeah, him. He don't play no defense neither. He one of my favorite big men. He can pass it, he can shoot it, he can dribble it, but he ain't shit on the defense neither. DeAndre Jordan, man, you smoking crack. I would have respected you. You said Jared Allen. What is his name? The Allen from Brooklyn. He dogged Andre Drummond ass out too. Marvin Bagley a 4. Joker a bad guy, but the only two-way players you got on that list that I'm looking at is Joel Embiid and Bam. That's it. The only two-way players you name. Joel Embiid and Bam. Steven Adams is straight. He taking them to the bucket right there, bro. Look at him taking Steven Adams to the bucket. Stop it. He just got to put a little weight on. These niggas ain't playing physical no more. Willie Cauley-Stein. Man, you going to make me go smoke, and I don't even smoke. Ain't worried about no Steven. Ain't no dominant centers in this league. Joel Embiid can't even stay on the floor. Porzingis, I ain't worried about Porzingis. Christian Wood way more than Porzingis. Shit, Porzingis playing. Ain't no. What I'm saying is, ain't no Wilt Chamberlain out there. Ain't no Shaquille O'Neal. If it was a Shaquille O'Neal out there, I would say, you know what? You're right. Ain't nobody gonna just put you in the post and punish you like Shaq for 40 plus minutes. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody out there that he can't hang Jermaine with. Nobody. Come on. I see if you say, oh man, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm like, oh, you know what? Akeem Olajuwon. I'm like, you know what? Maybe he do need to go to the 4. Please. Ain't no Tim Duncan out there. No damn Kevin Garnett. Even though Kevin Garnett was a true 4. I ain't saying he better than Porzingis. I'm just saying Porzingis ain't shit to fear. Porzingis not going to put his back to the basket and give you 30, 40 points. This motherfucker want to go out there and be a unicorn and shoot threes. I ain't worried about no damn Porzingis. Until Porzingis get on the block, like Dirk had to get on the block and learn to be a block technician, not worried about him. Until Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Davis learn to get on the block, they not going to be truly effective. You have to dominate the block game to be a dominant big man. I'm not worried. I'm not scared of none of them dudes. If Joel Embiid stay healthy, I'm nervous. If Jokic get if the Joker Jokic get aggressive, then I get nervous. But to be honest, ain't none of them the complete package, bro. If the most complete guy you got out there is Joel Embiid, he can't stay healthy. If you told me Shaq was out there on the prowl, then I'd be like, you know what, bro? Maybe you need to go to the 4. Because Kevin Garnett couldn't handle Shaq. He's 7'3", like 200 pounds. That motherfucker lighting ass, bro. He lighting. You put Shaq on Porzingis to see what Shaq do to him. Shaq, hey, Shaq would have did him like Chris Dudley. Remember Chris Dudley for the Knicks? That nigga say, man, Shaq ain't gonna just hold me. And nigga say, he threw the ball at Shaq like, bitch, like you ain't gonna just duck on me, nigga, and then do the ball Johnson in my face. You know what I'm saying? Is Wood needs strength to guard these centers. They don't guard nobody with all the strength. That's the issue that you missing. What about Andre Drummond, bro? He had all the strength in the world and still got donkey walked. He still got dog walked by each one of those centers that came to town. He got dog walked by Tristan Thompson. Come on, Tristan Thompson is way smarter than Andre Drummond. He got dogged by the Allen guy from the Brooklyn Nets. He was getting dog butt versus Joel Embiid. Christian Wood did better versus Joel Embiid, and he held his own versus Rudy Gobert. Ain't no defense being played in the league no more. Maybe 20 years ago. You feel me? You don't get the salute. Maybe 20 years ago it was some defense being played. Ain't no defense being played no more. If you told me you had somebody like Shaq that's gonna sit on the block or Akeem Olajuwon, I agree with you. So ain't nothing to worry about. You people talking, oh, he's too small. He did better than Andre Drummond did. What Andre Drummond couldn't be your last line of defense, Marvin. So what is you saying? Drummond got dogged by each one of them damn centers you named that came to town pretty much. Only guy he did well with, really dominated and didn't really get him was probably Jokic. That I can remember. Andre Drummond, he had all the size, the strength, the hops, the speed. He got dogged by each one of them too. So explain that to me. If Christian Woods can hold his own versus these dudes better than Andre Drummond, then what does size matter? That's all I'm saying. Andre Drummond had 270, broad shoulders, can jump off the gym. Come on. Drummond was getting dogged by these very same centers. And Christian Woods was getting like manhandled by Steven Adams. Christian Woods, look at him right here, giving him the elbow, about to just give him the buckets. Carl Anthony Towns got buckets on Andre Drummond too. Go look at the stat sheet. He got buckets on Drummond too. Drummond giveth, Drummond taketh. He got buckets on Carl Anthony Towns too. Aiden ain't shit. I just told you Aiden can't guard, bro. You trying to tell like DeAndre Aiden is good. Man, Christian Wood showed more potential than him. DeAndre Aiden can't even guard. He can't even guard me in the post. I'll get that big ass nigga some buckets, and I don't even hoop no more. You trying to say him like he's somebody? I just said he lit up Jokic. He did light up Jokic. I give him that. He gave Jokic the business, but he also got the business by Tristan Thompson and the Allen character from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? But he get Jokic problems every time because he athletic. But come on, man. You talking about he dominated Aiden. Like, come on, he can't even dominate Joel Embiid, bro. Joel Embiid come out there on one leg. He still living Andre Drummond head. Y'all got some more questions? Draining in 2 years would be much better. Man, please, bro. I'll be waiting. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. When DeAndre Ayton be better in 2 years, God willing, I'll be there. He said that dude, the next Ben Wallace, the Onik Ogwaku, or whatever his name is. Well, Drummond was supposed to be the next Ben Wallace, right? Ooh, baby, you like it rude. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. All right, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in, man. Maybe next stream we'll talk some Lions. Hey, man, keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. He said I like Double O from US. I'm gonna check him out. Allen from Brooklyn is better suited for center than Wood. How? How he suited for center? Better suited for center, and he can't even beat out DeAndre Jordan, bro. Do you listen to what you're saying? He's still struggling with an old DeAndre Jordan, not like Clipper Lob City DeAndre Jordan. Come on, man, you crazy, bro. You crazy, dog. These niggas don't either. They got defense and no they got offense and no defense. Or if they got offense and defense, then they ain't healthy. Ain't none of these centers dominant, bro. Go back and do your homework and you look at Akeem Olajuwon. Look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Look at Shaquille. Those are centers, bro. These dudes you talking about ain't no dominant center out there. No dominant center in the NBA right now. None. The closest thing you got to Joel Embiid, and his fat ass ain't never in shape. He trying to eat and drink like me. And the motherfucker need to be on the treadmill. He probably gonna come back and be 700 pounds, bro. Did you watch Allen play center on defense? Bro, he always getting dunked on. He too small. He can't even beat out DeAndre Jordan, bro. You need to go watch Jared Allen, or whatever his fucking name is. Trust me, I had him in FanDuel plenty nights. He's all love the picture shit. Only got one guy in Windsor to even talk with. That's sad. Man, yeah, he blocks shots, but he can't consistently stay out there, bro. Pull up his stats, bro. Pull up his stats. What's the dude's name? Was it Jared Allen? What the fuck his name is from Brooklyn? He can't even beat out. He can't even beat out. He can't even beat out motherfucking DeAndre Jordan old ass, bro. This dude averaged 25 minutes a game, bro. He averaged 10 points this season. Hold on. He only played 26 minutes this year, bro. He's solid, but he ain't shit to write home about. He only played 26 minutes a game, bro. Derrick Rose played more minutes than him, man. if he was the guy in Brooklyn, bro, they would have never went to go get DeAndre Jordan, man. But that's all I'm saying. Appreciate